Love my team. They're resilient and they're tough, and they believe in one another. They're united. They battled, and just resilient. Really impressed with Tanner, our field goal kicker tonight. Crucial in terms of points, under pressure, in context to win a football game, which is great. Lots of positives in terms of complementary football where the team supporting one another, offense, defense, special teams. Great crowd. Just my gratitude to the fans, the herd, the alumni, the members of the Valley that are at the game. What a great college environment. I felt lucky to be part of it, and just so happy for my team and that they see a tangible result scoreboard wise for a hard fought game. Credit to Kenny Niumatalolo and San Jose. It's a tough football team, and they're a good football team, and the margins are really thin. And that's how our league is. But he is a class act. He has an excellent football team and program. He's a proven winner, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Coach, I want to ask about the defensive game plan. I don't know if I was reading it right. It seemed like you had a pretty light box on defense, playing the pass really well, which kind of allowed San Jose State some room to run. Just what was kind of the trade-off there, wanting to stop the pass and trying to figure out how to stop the run?
Yeah, it's just as you diagnosed it. They're an explosive team. Normally they'd race out to leads of 21 or 24 or 28 points. They're explosive, they're dynamic, and they excel in throwing the football. And our thought simply is to manage the points, and to give our team our best chance to win is to invite them to run the ball, maybe more than they would want to run the ball, and then have great leverage in the pass game, and make them catch tackle, and then find the right third downs and fourth downs to get off the field. And the plan was executed really, really well by our defensive staff, Coach Howell, the defensive coaches, the defensive players. Man, some physical tackling in the secondary, some fanatical effort chasing down the quarterback, and the right stops at the right time, managing the plan the very best way possible. They had one run that on a 4th and short that went out the gate. But other than that, the plan and the execution of the plan in relation to what we thought we needed to do to win was executed really well and designed really well. And proud of our team. Defensive kids.
Coach Mark Green with Utah State. I wanted to ask you, kind of late in the second quarter, have the ball, I think, on the 14-yard line, 4th and 4 offense.
I've been waiting for this question.
Go for it rather than kick the field goal. Curious just what went into that decision and that play call.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good one now, does it? That's just how it works in my job. What went into it is I absolutely thought we'd get it. And I go for it when I absolutely think we're going to get it. Sometimes I'm not right. And in this case, I wasn't. They end up hitting a big play and kind of flipping it. So that made it look even worse. That's my job, right? So I manage the risk. I take the chances. I do the best I can to help our team win. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But again, the confidence that I had that we would get it was, I wouldn't have gone for it if not. And so, I'll live and I'll learn, and I'll put that one in the memory vault and do better next time. Doesn't mean I won't do it again, but yeah.
Coach Mendenhall, Jason Turner from Herald Journal. Just how gritty were you guys the last couple of minutes? Ike's PBU, Noah battling the ball away from the receiver, the 1-yard line. Miles had the big run up the middle. Bryson got into better priorities. So just how much was that all done?
It's every one of those guys you just mentioned. It's the type of people, right, that I love being around and I love helping develop. And so Miles Davis is the exact right person for our program. And he's tough and he's resilient and he's responsible and he's strong and he's honest and he's a great guy. Noah Avenger is the same. Really happy for Ike in coming back and to be able to play the way he's playing. And he's a positive influence on our team since his return. He's doing everything he's asked to do. And I think it's fun to see, like, when restitution happens and mistakes are eradicated, that there's still life. There's this whole other opportunity for people, any of us, And I'm proud of him for what he's doing to this point. And I thought he did a really nice job tonight. I missed one other person. Who else did you say? There was a fourth.
I think Bryson got it.
Oh yeah, Bryson. I mean, I don't know what else you can ask of someone to give. I mean, I know you can't see it from there, but I see him hit the turf and I see guys on him and I see his face and then he's up again. And I see him hit the turf and I see him run and I see guys on him and then he's up again. I mean, that's one tough, resilient human being, and his leadership and how blunt and bold he is with our team. He's courageous. And as long as he's our quarterback, we have a chance in every game. And I'm very fortunate that I think he represents this valley. I think he's the epitome of this valley. I think he's the epitome of Utah State athletics. I think he is, like, if you say, what does an Aggie look like? I mean, it's Bryson Barnes that's what it is. He's amazing.
Attendance up to 22,000, obviously a lot of
Yeah.
up, and I think they had an effect on that last drive where San Jose had 3 false starts.
No question. I mean, so rarely when I'm coaching do I sense the crowd or am I aware of it? And tonight I was, and I just felt so fortunate that our fans, our students, again, our alumni, the herd, right? And just the people that I think want to see great football with great kids, running a program and then playing really in a manner that the community can be proud of. And so for homecoming and to have a game like that, I would love Maverick Stadium just to be the place to go. So 4-0 at home, our community's having a huge impact on our program, and you can't have a dominant program without being dominant at home. And so it's just, I'm so thankful for the support, the people that came out, how they cheered. It was a great college environment. And I'll remember this game for a long, long time. And I've coached in a lot of them.
Coach Patrick Mayhorn with the action, there was really kind of an outpouring of emotion from a lot of
Oh,
players
man.
right after the game. It's obviously well in every game, but it's homecoming with the big crowd. How much did this mean to you guys?
Well, you saw it. I mean, they're in tears. I have really high expectations for my players, and we work really hard. And the program is fiercely demanding, and it takes everything. And a week ago, when we have plane trouble and we can't get to Hawaii, and then we get to Hawaii on a Friday, and then we are 1 point deficit going into the fourth quarter, and yeah, we expect to win and we don't. Then you fly home, and then you play Friday night, and how hard they worked from the minute we landed until that game. I don't think anyone in here I don't have the words to express it, but they gave everything, and they gave it in relation to the areas they needed to work on. And they trusted that I was presenting the areas correctly to them, and they just went after it, and that they have that outcome, and they can sense that. Yeah, they're exhausted. They're happy. The word love is flying around that locker room more than I've ever heard it, and love is a powerful word, but that comes through doing really hard things together and building trust. And the foundation of this program that's what's happening. And I think everyone can see it just kind of playing out right in front of us. And that starts with the players, and they're exceptional. They're exemplary.
Coach, you frequently talk about games hinging on
Yeah.
key plays. Tonight felt like a lot of things went wrong. Frankly, over 500 yards allowed, not great on third down, a lot of penalties again. But what did you see of kind of just that same thing of just doing just enough to win and making those 3 plays?
Yeah, it went really exactly as we had planned it to go. And so I'll probably be the least statistically aware coach that you'll work with. We execute our plans in a way that we think we have to versus any given opponent. And a lot of times the plans are different. And I thought the plans that we had, the way we executed them, ended up lending to the most important statistic, which is the success and winning. And so I acknowledge some of those things during the week if there's an area I think we need to improve in, and the rest of it really doesn't matter to me. Our plans, our players, what's going to give them their best chance, and I don't really care statistically about anything else other than are we giving our guys the best chance to win. And if I can find an area that needs to be improved, then we'll target that within what we can do if it fits our team. And so I think it's fair in a normal world. Man, I love to differentiate and just try to think what gives this team at this place at this time versus this opponent the best chance. And sometimes it doesn't look what might look statistically dominant. It's okay with me.
Can you walk us through your perspective and kind of your feelings on that fourth down stop you guys got, the one that preceded your final field goal work? Sounds like fourth and short.
Yeah, I think we had 2 of those tonight, and huge. And there's still a lot of time left, but fourth down stops are hard to get. Fourth with a half a yard to go is really hard, and I think our fans helped us, but it's the exact same call we gave up the long run on the previous short yardage, and we just executed it correctly when we didn't the one before. So the players could see it, our coaches correct it, and then they execute it in the same context with even maybe more pressure and do it correctly the next time. I mean, those smiles of those kids when they come off, those are genuine. I mean, and they're the sense of accomplishment. It's the coolest reason to coach.
This is your first one possession finish in the game of season. What was the emotions like where it was literally down to the final play?
Yeah, man, it's super special. We talked about it the entire year leading up that we were going to be in those types of situations. Everybody in the Mountain West, it's dead even. And you see these games all over the conference. And it can happen to any given team at any given moment. And we've preached it and we've practiced those types of situations over and over and over. And so when the defense was out there, I mean, there's nothing but 100% confidence in them being able to get that done because of how much practice, work, and mindset that we put into those types of situations.
Bryce and Jason Turner from the Herald Journal. So how gratifying was it for you guys to put it together and play good football in the fourth quarter after struggling in the fourth quarter?
Yes, no, super special because, I mean, obviously last week fourth quarter came around and that was another, emphasis and practice that we had this week was being able to get into the fourth quarter and finish the game. And so, I mean, just the things that we preached and we've continued to work on, they showed up tonight and, it paid off in a big way.
What was the key for you guys? You had 10 points in the first half, kind of exploded in the third
Mhm.
quarter. What was the adjustment you guys made, or was there any adjustment you guys made to be able to have that good offense in the second?
I was just kind of, taking what the defense was giving us, but then at the same time, it was, we hadn't gotten to a few things that we would have liked to in the first half. And so we were able to get to them in the third quarter and, it paid off for us really well.
Bryce and Mark with Utah State. In that second quarter, the defense had like 2 turnovers, back-to-back possessions.
Mhm.
It was followed by an offensive 3-and-out full times. What did you kind of see on those possessions that you had that just didn't go well? Got defense back on the field?
Yeah, no, we've definitely got to play complementary football. And what the defense, I mean, we've done that to the defense one too many times this year. And to sort of have 2 again in this game, it's super frustrating. And I just think at the end of the day, whenever we get the ball, especially with the change of possessions, we just need to continue to go back to what we're doing well and just taking what the defense has given us and just let it play out the way it's supposed to. Because we cannot be doing that to our defense. We've got to play complementary football.
Bryce, you have to make one from the egg ship. Anthony Garcia gets in the end zone on a receiving touchdown. He's got a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown this year. How have you seen him grow into the offense?
Man, it's been awesome. AG, I mean, every time the ball's in that dude's hand, he's going to make something happen. I mean, first play of the game, maybe a 2-yard rush turns it into 10. And so, I mean, he's freaky athletic. He's got some great speed, elusive, and, it's just super fun to see him grow. But then at the same time, it's like, man, that's what AG's been doing. And so just complete confidence in that dude going out there making plays.
What happened on that touchdown pass? There was not a defender in the same.
Yeah, so the safety, guarded the sail route by Brady Boyd, and the corner ended up falling off. I'm not quite sure what their responsibilities are supposed to be. Somebody's got to be on AG. And so he ended up popping on the post. So, I mean, rolling out to my left, those you usually don't really think of the post in those progressions and those thought processes. But when it pops wide open like that, you got to be able to, get the ball down there to your playmakers.
So Bryce, are you okay if we mention the induction?
Yeah.
Okay. So just how special the night is this for you?
Yeah, it's been really good. We were kind of joking around the other day. Was it don't make me meet my son a loser? And so that was kind of the emphasis. And I mean, I'm just super blessed, super excited.
Bryce, I kind of want to mention something. Third downs have been kind of a struggle for this whole
Mhm.
season. 5 for 15 again, like 9 on third down. What's kind of just been the struggle on third downs? And what have we seen that's just not been that efficient down?
A lot of the times on third downs, it's what you're doing on first and second down that lead up to the third down. You definitely want to try and stay out of the third and long. So I'm curious what the statistic is, whether we're third and long or if we're not converting on third and short, third and mediums. But when we're not executing well on first and second down, getting efficient plays on early downs, it's not going to set us up for very good success on third downs. And so, we definitely got to be more efficient on first and second down.
Jason Walker with Cache Valley Daily. I guess biggest kick of all was that one you hit in the fourth quarter to go up by more than a field goal, put pressure on San Jose. That's the kind of kick that a lot of kickers are dreaming of. I know it's not the last second, but still, just what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was really cool. Offense does a great job of putting me in position, but I try and treat every kick like the same. So no matter the context of it, you know what I mean. Like it's got to go through. So that's just my mentality on it.
I think at least once San Jose State called a timeout before you kicked.
Mhm.
Maybe it was only one time, but kind of what effect does that have on you? I mean, you kind of just said you treat it the same, but does that kind of make you think twice about it or have any change on your process?
No, I kind of think it's honestly like funny. It makes me smile a little bit. I mean, like it means it kind of shows that I'm a threat. So I think it's pretty cool to be able to still go there and knock it down. Give you some extra time to think about it, some extra time. So yeah, it's just what it takes.
How important are some of the other specialists in preparing for those moments?
Mhm. All of them, man. They all have a crucial part on our team, man. Whether it's Hiram and Landon who are in the operation, or the other specs who are backing up. I mean, we're a family for real. Like being able to have them support me. No matter what happens when I on the field, when I come off, they're gonna be there to either keep my head up or congratulate me. So it's really like a true bond that we have in the specialist room.
You know, a lot of times I notice like during the timeouts, even when the defense is on the field, you're kind of wandering on the field doing some
Yeah.
kicks on air. Is that just that's kind of the part of always staying loose and maybe mentally as well?
Yeah, I'm really big into visualization. I think that failure to prepare is preparation for failure. You know what I mean? So if I can get as many looks to that upright, you know what I mean, during a game and seeing I'm going to be more comfortable while I'm out there. And so like the mental side of the game, I think it's what I struggled with honestly when I was a little younger in college. But being able to really master that, like the Hawaii kicker, he's great at that kind of stuff, and taking inspiration off of that, and it's a bigger part of the game than people think because there are dudes who can hit freaking 60 yarders like it's nothing, but to do it in a game is completely different. So that mental side is so crucial.
Adam, Jason Turner from the Herald Journal. How gratifying was it that to put together a solid fourth quarter in this game after the struggles last week?
Yeah, it was good, man. It's cool to see the whole team click. You know what I mean? Because sometimes offense is rolling, defense needs some help. You know what I mean? That's what we're supposed to do, though. Special teams has to, pick up the slack if we're not doing too well in other areas, and so it's just complementary football is what we call it. You know what I mean? Like when the offense needs help, the defense needs it. I mean, needs to step up. You know what I mean? And just being able to incorporate special teams in all of that is kind of what it's for.
Jason Walker with Cache Valley Daily. Just tell us how it feels. Where the last couple games haven't been as great on defense. Today you come out and as Bronco was saying, you guys pretty much executed your game plan exactly how you wanted to. Statistics aside, you guys accomplished your tasks. How does that feel to put a game together like that?
Feels good. It gives us confidence going into next week, and the momentum and the crowd was great today. We want to win at home, but like Coach Mendenhall said, the execution and the details is what we really wanted to harp on this week. He talked about the play that went for a touchdown. That run play is the same play that we executed on the big stop. So it's just how well can we execute and be detailed in everything that we do on the defense. So lots to improve on, but I'm super glad and I'm super happy for this team and for the boys, and they deserve it. They deserve this win. So.
Patrick Mahomes with the action. The defense tonight was able to hold James Conner with 6 receptions and 35 yards as the leading receiver of the nation. What went into that?
That number 10 is a great player, and yes, we game planned for him and wanted to get on him, stay on him, and it's just how much can we execute again, and how much can we fly around, see our keys, and react fast, and we're able to get a lot of hits on him. Respect to him as a player, but we executed it well, and that's how we were able to stop him, especially in the game plan. And props to our back end for that. So.
From working with Utah Statesman early in the second half, offensively scores a 74-yard touchdown. You guys come out and give up that long run play, longest of the season. What did you kind of see on that play specifically? Broke down.
Mainly just misalignment and missed tackles. Missing a tackle is doing your 111, but overall, You know, I trust that the boys, all 11 boys on the defense can execute and can make that tackle. But when we do, you see what happens when, you know, another opportunity comes, 4th down, 4th and 1, and we run that same exact play. You know, we saw the result. So there's a lot to improve on, like I said, but I'm super proud of the way that we were able just to fight and be resilient on the defense, because there's a lot of highs and lows of this game, but to stay consistent and to stay resilient is what helped us win. So.
Bronson, Jason Turge from the Herald Journal. How much are you looking forward to a day more of rest than normal after having a day shorter of rest after a really long road trip to Hawaii?
Yeah, it was a long trip and a quick turnaround. I think we're going to take advantage of these the couple of extra days that we have, but also what can we do extra to prepare going into next week. Great opponent, a little rivalry between us and New Mexico State, especially New Mexico with our coaching staff too. So I'm excited for that game. It'll be fun. So.
Russ, I think a week ago was a season high in sacks, if I remember right. Tonight, no sacks, only looks like 1 tackle for loss. Obviously, that was part of the game plan, dropping long coverage, not rushing as many. But what can you see out of San Jose State that getting the ball out quicker, things like that? Didn't allow you to get the quarterback.
I think one of the things that we can improve on is the speed in our blitzes. That will help us get us home in our pass rushing. But yeah, they do get the ball out a lot, and also, you know, Hawaii did the same thing. But when we can just know what we need to do, and also when it comes to blitzes, when it comes to our coverage, just doing our job, whether or not I do get sacks or not, if I'm dropping in coverage, I got to do my job. So overall, not too worried about that, but just doing my job. So.